This video is made to send to the students in the future if they are like RSD zombies and delusional. I'm going to send you this video step by step so you can understand. You may not think you're delusional, but this is very interesting. I taught a new student for a Kaizen for today, and this guy is actually very good looking. Look at him. Looks like Paul Janka and Jason Capital and 6'3", and you're like, what the fuck? How can he be so tall and good looking? So this student, for some reason, I was trying to figure out, why would someone who looks like this, who literally looks like a dating coach, still struggle with Daygame? And I couldn't find the answer when I first Skyped with him a long time ago. So for the people that are showing up, look at my new student. This is what prompted the video. Good looking guy. Looks like Jason Capital, and he looks like Paul Janka mixed together. The dude's like really good looking, and he is, learning how to be a slayer with women. He's 6'3", and you're thinking to yourself, holy shit, 6'3", what the fuck in a half? Like, that's really tall. He has all the genetic advantages, and he has a male model looking jawline. He has a perfect jawline, rectangular face. He's quite young, actually. He looks like an older gentleman. He's in his early 20s. So what happened? Since he was a student today, I want to talk about it. And I'm going to send this video to all the students that were delusional. And you may not believe me at first. When I tell the students that there might be some kind of delusions, they think I'm fucking crazy. They're like, John, you must be insane for telling me that. So what exactly is happening when they start listening to their infields? So I play it back to them, and this is what they all say. Sean, I listened to the infield, and it sounded pretty good. I was like, oh my God, it's going super fast. And why do they talk fast? It's because the cortisol in their system, they go 1,000,000 miles per hour. You put just a little bit of cortisol in their system, and they're like, zoom. They talk so fast, but they don't even know their own mistakes. They cannot perceive it. Their head voice, their zombie head voice, sounds like perfect. And then when they play the audio, they're like, what the fuck? So we did an experiment. First, they play the audio, and I say, imagine that was you. And what happened with it was, he said, it sounded pretty good, John. I cannot hear the mistakes. And then I say, okay, imagine this. This is not you that's making the audio. Imagine your cousin, okay, was actually saying this, and we are listening to your cousin. They're like, really? Yeah, your cousin is saying this audio. And then when he listened to the audio, you know what he thought? Wait, how come this is going so fast? And he said to himself, how come it's monotone? I never heard that before. I thought I was not monotone. And he's like, what happened here? Then I say, go back to the audio and listen to it as if that was you. Okay? Sounds perfect again. He's like, what's going on with my brain, John? I don't understand. Can you explain this to me? And then he say, okay, once again, we're going to listen to it together. This is your cousin. Okay? This is your cousin. And then it's like, oh my God, it's so fast. The syllables, you hear it? The word syllables when you talk, it was so fast. And all the RSD zombies, the former RSD victims, all of the students that are delusional, they're zombie mode, all go through exactly the same thing. And he was like, holy shit, John, I can't believe this. And for the new people showing up, this student, look at him, he's a good looking guy. And you're thinking he's 6'3", looks like a dating coach. But for him, he just couldn't understand why he was rejected. And I'm going to tell you exactly what's up. It's kind of like he has a VR goggles. Whatever he sees in real life is not the same as what actually happens in real life. A lot of people, they feel very confident. They feel very confident when they speak to women. On the inside, they feel like they're loud, they speak confidently. They feel like they hit the right tonalities, they flirt at the right times. They feel like they're connecting, but when you hear their audio, it's a fucking train wreck. So what is happening? I'm going to decode it for you. You may not believe me right now. A lot of you are like zombies, and you may think, this sounds crazy, John. But let me tell you a story of 3 students. I'm going to keep this short so I can refer you guys in the future to this video. All right, let's talk about the first guy. So for the very first guy, he was, let's see. Okay, so at first we had the argument. I was telling him how he was making a lot of mistakes, and he couldn't understand why I'm saying that. John, I thought I was doing pretty good. I don't hear it as being fast. Maybe my native European language is normally quite fast. And I said, no. It's not normally fast because I just taught a German student, and it was the end of his Kaizen. Remember the 52-year-old student? He had sex with a 21-year-old that looks like 8 out of 10. That's pretty amazing. But he cannot perceive things either. I will be talking about that. So what happened was he was talking super fast. And he says, I couldn't hear the mistakes. And I'm not going to play his audio here because for privacy reasons, I don't understand the European language. I don't know if there's any information that could be leaked out there that I don't want out there from him. So, but I can show you some of the other students before. Even Marco was fast as shit. So here's another student, a Vietnamese student, and I think it's okay to play this one. He speaks this fast, and you probably think to yourself, there's no way he speaks that fast. Listen to it.
Excuse me, quick question.
Yeah.
Do you know where I could find a good coffee place? Like around
Yeah,
here?
Thinking Cup up the street.
Is that where you work?
I don't work there.
Oh, you
But
look
I'm
like you
across.
dressed.
Yeah, I know I am dressed for work, but I'm not Thinking Cup. But Thinking Cup is a great coffee spot.
Yeah, I'm looking one for my friend because he's really into it.
Yeah,
So-
Thinking
quiet.
Cup is the spot, and then outside
Are
it
you
has a little.
sarcastic?
No.
You seem
I
very
like
excited, so-
genuinely. No, I'm
You seem very excited. Can I be sarcastic? That's how they talk. You're like, holy fuck, that's pretty fast. Listen to this other one.
not sure.
Trying to look one for my friend. Meet up with them.
I don't know.
So what happens is the cortisol or the stress hormone with adrenaline floods the system, and the zombies go horde mode. They go so fast. This is not the fastest. This is just the beginning. If you were to listen to the German student, and I'm just gonna play his part of the audio, not like the other one. But when you hear how fast these students go, it's insane. It is so fast that it almost seems impossible. Let me turn on the audio. I can show you other things too. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna play very little bit because in German law you cannot play the women's audio. So let's listen to a very short one.
Nee, gar nicht. Ja.
Ah, sie will dich verkuppeln mit
Nein. Wir sind
So you can hear, oh no, it's a short one. So it's like very fast syllables. That's the word, syllables. It goes super, super fast. You're like, what the fuck? It's just like the other Vietnamese student. Blah, 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 blah. Holy shit. And this new student who's very good looking for the people that are just showing up and they're wondering, I got a new Kaizen student and he looks like a male model. And you're wondering, why is he not the biggest fucking slayer in the world? Because there are issues, including cortisol and the zombie mode. And now he's really angry that other dating coaches have been telling him, like RHD, that, oh, just spam approach. Now he thinks spam approaching is evil because he could not fix his mistakes. He could not perceive them. And now he realized, shit, the zombie thing that John Elliott was talking about was 100% correct. His fashion was not on point and his hairstyle needs work. But he's getting a new blazer. He's getting new clothing. And he just couldn't perceive that his clothing and everything was cock blocking him. His fast speed and everything was cock blocking him. So that's what we did. We basically said that for his audio, we're going to listen to it as if it's you. And then he was like, okay. And he cannot hear the mistake. I heard the audio and I thought it sounded pretty good. All of the RSD victims or former RSD victims, they all say exactly the same thing. And then for him afterwards, I say, this is your cousin speaking, not you. This is your cousin. I'm sure I have some of his audio over here, but I'm sure it's fine. You won't be able to hear like that much of anything, but this is how fast it goes. I'll just play like very, very little of it so you can get an idea.
noticed about you just now. You had this like accent, and this. Are you from?
Can you hear that? Well, you know what I noticed about you right now? You have this accent, and you are. Yeah, he was speaking English, but normally he speaks a European language. It was very, very fast. Do you know what I'm speaking about? You blah 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 blah. If you do that for behavioral game, for women, when you speak super fast, that's why you shouldn't be plowing like crazy in the beginning, like an autistic zombie. Because you think the faster you plow, you can hook. Then you talk more, and then you talk more. But the more you plow, you got to slow plow. Because a person that has value does not expect to be interrupted. Does not expect to be interrupted. But for him, sometimes people speak fast because they think the women will interrupt them. That's a very low value beta male behavior. So the more you plow and the more you fast talk in the beginning, and you think she's going to stay, you're actually pushing her away. You're pushing her away. So that's the very first thing. So that's a student, and he realized, holy shit, John was right. He was way, way too fast. So let's talk about the second student, and you can learn a lot from this one. So the second student that we're talking about over here was, let's see. Oh yeah, the German student. The second student is the 52-year-old student. Although he's already closed, and he's already a testimonial. But before that, or after that, no matter how many times we listen to his Infields, as you heard, he cannot hear the fast syllables or his mistakes, no matter how many times we listen to it. Because when he listens to it as a whole, and he thinks about it as him, I should tell him to listen to it as if your cousin said it, if his cousin is still alive. And then he can see it as something else. They can finally hear a little bit of the mistakes. So we create something called indicators. So for the indicators, we have different categories that he's supposed to be looking at because he cannot perceive it. So let me see where the indicators are. So because we have to break it down into categories, the first indicator is his posture. So he always slants backwards like this, maybe his big belly or something. And the second thing was that he making comments on his speech. He always just kept asking questions like interrogation. He speaks super fast, and he doesn't ask her a question afterwards. So what happens is that the women, they start interrupting him. So he'd be like, blah, 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 like a statement. Then she talks, blah, 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 blah. And then he asks a question. So are you this or that? And she's like, oh, yeah, I'm like this. And then he's like, oh, okay. Back to another statement. Blah, 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 blah. And now she talks, blah, blah, blah. And then it's like another question. Blah, 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 blah. And then he's like, oh my God, she spoke. It's a short answer. Let's ask another question again. Blah, 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 blah. Then another fucking question. 3 in a row. And another question. It's like, oh my God, 3 questions. And that's what kept happening. So his next indicator was his speech, whether or not it sounded natural or not. I don't know, I control all Vancouver. You know. No, he doesn't. So, no, he doesn't. First of all, I want to speak about that zombie. He doesn't have a single late testimonial. So he doesn't have a single late testimonial for Daygame. He has night game late testimonials. So he doesn't control shit. He's been run out to China. So, and he's teaching this RSD style Julian game, zombie game. So for a person you're bragging about, who basically has no fucking late testimonials for Daygame in Vancouver, let him go to China and scam the Asian men because they're the same ethnicity. You know, let him scam the Asian men. And that's what happens when you learn zombie game. So I don't know why you're bragging about him or saying like, oh, fashion matters or something. Or say something like that. Yeah. Sorry, somebody's calling me. All right. So somebody brought up another dating coach who was basically, whenever I wear a muscle suit, other people get pissed off at me because they think I'm the other dating coach. He's basically creeped out the entire Vancouver. He's an autistic zombie and basically has no late testimonials. I don't know why you Asians like to suck the dick of tall dating coaches, you know? And for them, they always tell the story that the first 2 years was tough. But in reality, they still got laid during social circle or whatever university game. And they're lied to you about their origin story. So for some of these zombies, including this student, if he wasn't training under me, it might take him 2 years just to recalibrate that ASD, the autistic spectrum disorder. So this dating coach you're talking about has no fucking empathy. Every single time I taught a boot camp, I kept calling him scam lifestyle. And I kept trolling him over and over. I kept saying scam life. And all my students pulled or got laid. It's like I taught 5 boot camps in a row. And every single student pulled or got laid. And his one, he just sits there and he just sort of, he just listens to in-ear coaching. He doesn't give a fuck. He lets his assistant teach instead. So he's a real complete, he's like a psychopath. So I don't know why you brag about that. It's like, what a piece of shit. What a piece of shit. Why would you hype up somebody who basically has no fucking late testimony? Stick to night game with your fucking RSD shit. It works during night game. So if he's a night game coach, I would say, yeah, okay, he's a night game coach and it'll work. Day game? No, his game only works for him, only one fucking person. A fucking zombie game. This is what happened when RSD game, the zombie game, was foisted onto the Asians in Vancouver. Every Asian out there that tried it all quit. They all got destroyed in Vancouver by this fucking zombie game. They were delusional and they just trusted this dating coach. So what a piece of shit. This is actually part of the reason why I became a dating coach, because this other good-looking, tall Asian dating coach was so shitty. And I knew he was destroying the Asian community like Mao Zedong. So before you brag and say, oh, he had a video of him dressing homeless or something and he's picking up, is he fucking them? No, he's just a number closed video. That is nothing but a positive reaction. Big deal. It's a joke. It's like a simple pickup video. And it doesn't demonstrate shit, because all my students are dressed well and they're getting laid nonstop. If you look at all the late testimonials recently, they all wear exactly the same pants, the same haircut, the same everything. So shut the fuck up, you fucking zombies. You foisted RSD shit for almost a decade, this bullshit, and it destroyed the entire fucking Vancouver. And I had to watch it burn to the fucking ground. You think that's okay? Imagine watching your own fucking city and your own race burn to the fucking ground because this other dating coach. No fucking late testimonials during Daygame. And if they did get a late testimonial, is usually like so far ahead, and their students are usually around 5'11", they cannot even collect a testimonial. So let's continue what I'm saying. So for the second person right now, the second student, let's talk about him. He was very delusional, but he didn't know why I was yelling at him, a Vietnamese student, during Kaizen. All this time, I was like, you're doing this wrong. He's just getting scared. Like, what am I doing wrong? And I realized something one day. When we're going over his videos, he could not perceive his mistakes. Then I said to him, tell me, what do you see with this video right now? Well, I see a good posture and I sound very confident. I was like, holy shit. That does not sound very confident at all. In fact, that sounds very, very fucked up. So I asked him, when you're talking, because he pulled a, somebody at work, co-worker home during his first poll. I said to him, when you did that, have you noticed that the people at your work, they always ignore you, always reject you, all the women, but you don't know why. You feel like you're so confident in your VR goggles. So this is where I came up with the concept. It's almost like you're looking at virtual reality. And he said, John, are you sure? I said, are you sure? So he didn't believe me at first. I had to explain to him. He thought I was crazy. So we listened to the audio carefully. And I said, imagine this was not you. This was somebody else. And then he started to hear a little bit of the mistakes. So I made all the students listen to binaural beats to raise their self-esteem and lower their ego. So the second day he did that, listening to binaural beats, he said, John, I can hear this mistake and this mistake and this mistake. I was like, holy shit. But I can't hear this, this, and that. So I made all the students listen to binaural beats to raise their self-esteem. Then afterwards, I made a bunch of more students do that. Around the third or fourth day, he was able to hear more and more of his mistakes. Around day 6, he can no longer hear his mistakes. Around day 6, it's just stuck. He ego tripped. I think he pulled another woman home. Nothing happened. But then he ego tripped. He can no longer be teachable. And this was very common among a lot of the other students. So for RSD zombies, they are really, really like zombies. RSD is the most toxic thing. And yes, I did see RSD, Julian's game, the 3 vibes bullshit, destroy the entire Vancouver, which was taught to another dating coach before. And he has ruined Vancouver. He has creeped out the whole Vancouver. And every time I wear a fake muscle suit to boost the muscles, I get shit from women because they think I'm that guy. And I'm not. And I have to explain to him, I'm not that creepy motherfucker. I got social skills. He's been kicked out of every university, UBC. He's been kicked out of Oak Ridge Mall. He's been kicked out of Pacific Center. He's been kicked out of Metrotown. This guy is so creepy. He's been kicked out of every fucking mall in all of Vancouver. He's been kicked out of Chapter's bookstore. He's not allowed to coach anywhere. He has to be outside. And for me, my students just keep pulling and getting laid. His students, nothing happens. Nothing happens. So I don't know why you guys are sucking his dick. Yeah, let him teach over there in China so he can teach the Chinese people the same ethnicity. Let my students bang white women, and fuck them. That's what I think. Fuck them. So stupid. All right. As I digress, for the people that are showing up, I was talking about one of my students over here, and he's a very good-looking, tall guy. And like I said, you might think, well, another dating coach is good-looking and tall, therefore it's all dismissed. No. All these tall, good-looking dating coaches, not all of them, but a lot of them, with high SMV, they always have the first 2 years where they struggle because they're autistic as fuck. It's called ASD. They're so autistic that they can't read women's emotions and they just don't know what the fuck they're doing. Eventually, in 2 years, they create a zombie game. That's what they do. They create a zombie game. And when they have high SMV, when I calibrate this good-looking student, the newest one, who looks like Paul Janka and also looks like Jason Capital, when I finally calibrate all his fashion and everything, guess what's going to happen? Then his SMV will matter because he's going to be above 20 out of 35. I should post a video testimonial next for you fucking zombies to understand me. Like, look at this fucking cockfag over here. It's like, it's just like, oh yeah, he starts coaching, like he starts saying stupid shit about RSD zombies. Fuck you. I don't think he's even in Vancouver, to be honest. I think he's over there in China teaching and scamming the fucking Chinese. The Chinese just love to worship tall dating coaches. They just need to keep their dicks in their mouth. They just have to. The taller, the stronger, the better. That's what Asians want. They want more muscles. They want more height. They want the dating coach with more height. They don't even care because they think looks don't matter or height doesn't matter. They just believe that, if you get results, I get results. Bullshit. These Asians are stuck in their fucking zombie mode. I haven't even begun to talk about the Asian zombies. The Asian zombies are even worse than the RSD zombies. The Asian zombies burn out much faster. They have lower self-esteem and higher ego. The Asian zombies have no emotions. They got feelings. They get butthurt. Butthurt is the same as putting your fucking hand on the stove. It's like, psst, ouch. But when they get offended, it's just reacting to stimuli. They have no emotions. They have feelings. And that becomes a major problem. So anyways, I was saying, this does support the notion, in my other video that somebody was saying, oh, because you made a video that says looks don't matter. I didn't say looks didn't matter. I didn't say that. I said 25 or 20 out of 35 matters. If you can get above 20 out of 35 for the students, social skills and social calibrations give you 5 extra points. Then yes, then that can be a force multiplier. But you're trying to get above 20 out of 35. That's why the student scores are all various, because they have various different social skills. They have various different Elite 30 body language. They have various different, ethnicities. They have different natural status, which a lot of dating coaches denies. And this is why you're gaslighted by dating coaches, because you are all zombies who are delusional. You think you're better than you really are. And even Marco over here talks too fucking fast too, exactly the same as the other students. You fucking zombies are all the same. So you cannot perceive that RSD Tyler does not have high vibrational energy. When you look at him, he looks like a fucking psycho in his eyes if you covered the mouth. But when you see that smile and you see that high vibrational energy, you believe that he's a good person. You're delusional. You all have the same belief, high vibrational energy. And you guys know what I'm saying is true. That's why you're dropping off. I'm going to spit some real shit here. And besides, I may not feel good, but I'm going to make a video. I said if it had 300 views or 250, I'm going to make a new one. So here's the new one. All right. So basically with this student, basically for the Vietnamese, for the 52-year-old man, I scored him in all these different categories. on these different categories. So facial expressions. Sometimes he moves his face incongruently. He just moves his face for the sake of moving it. But if he was looking angry, the eyebrow should be down like this, right? Like a 45. But instead, he just does this, like an Asian. Asians can barely move their fucking face. Even scam lifestyle. Just barely lift up the eyebrows, beta smile, poker face, and that's it. That's all they have. It's just lifting up, talking like a psycho and trying to be professional sounding as he extracts money from you. That's how it is. I mean, RSD shit, 10 years destroyed the whole Asian community. This zombie game needs to be destroyed. It needs to be annihilated. You need to have a human game. Oh, but John's not having high vibrational energy. It's not about high vibrational energy. That's just a scam. That's a marketing scam. This is the reason why. The people that uses the word high vibrational energy, I can tell you the truth. Most of them are complete sociopaths. They're the most psychopathic people. Not psycho. Not so like psychopath, but there's psychos. They're completely crazy motherfuckers who are dangerous motherfuckers who should be all locked up in jail. Everyone that says you don't have high, they're the most offended people in the world. They're the most offended. When they say high vibrational energy, look at the dating coach's personality. No, that's the personality that they use to game the fucking zombies who cannot perceive their mistakes. They're basically in their VR goggles, hearing something else and seeing something else. You're not looking at their eyes. They look like psychos. They're very intense looking. And there's fake smile as dating coaches, as they're gaming you because their products don't fucking work. And this is universal. So that way you go to the boot camp because they are making a course that's just an overview or is missing components, or it just simply is confusing. Do I have any proof that this is the tactic? Well, what if I know that's a tactic? It's not delusion. I know that that's a tactic. I work in this day game industry since 2012. I know all the insider shit. And you're probably thinking to yourself, they'll never do that to me. They're my friends. They are not your friends. We are dating coaches. Our job is to make a living. And at the same time, my mission is to help the Asian men. That overrides money. If I wanted to be only about money, I'll be exactly like JT Tran. I'll smile in front of you, and then I'll game you. And I'll show up only after COVID-19 opens up. Congratulations to him that one of his students got married, a bald student who's ugly with a woman who's decent-looking white woman, probably from Night Game. So it supports my notion that being bald does not affect your results. It's completely gaslighting. It's like Anthony Fauci telling you, here's the truth, right? And then he funded the fucking Wuhan gain of function lab, gaslighting you bullshit. But good for him. He got it from Night Game. That's good. But not Daygame. Then I updated my site, Johnny Elite Dating. I have so many students married, believe it or not. I have 3 Indian students that are married right now. I also have a couple of students that procreated and they're fathers, and I have a few students that are engaged. What students that's engaged right now is one of my bootcamp students who's half Filipino and half white. Another student who's engaged is, I cannot tell you, but there's another one's a black student who got laid on the first approach after the Skype with me. He got right there and he got a fuck buddy after the same week, but he's right now engaged, I believe. So I'm glad I had something to contribute to his life in a positive way. It's been many years, and right now he is engaged. So when JT, or ABCs of narcissism brags about students getting married, I'm not impressed, because I can get them married, procreating, and engaged during day game, not night game. Misery method is a night game method. It's not a day game method. It's only designed for night game. And you look at how many late testimonials do they have for day game. ABCs only have 1 for the entire day game for COVID-19, and self-proclaimed high lay count guy only has 2. The misery method does not work, and the zombies don't get it. So anyways, as I was saying, for the people showing up, I have a student that's very good looking. Looks like Jason Capital mixed with Paul Jenka. And I'm telling you, it's not about the looks. It's about the calibrations being 20 out of 35. And he does not have the calibrations. It's kind of like wearing a mask, like a Jason mask. They just look at your hairstyle, which his style needs to be updated. His fashion was shit before. He's tall, good looking, but it doesn't matter because women don't look at the face. They look at the race. They look at the height. They look at the body language, and he's talking too fucking fast. He talks super fucking fast. So anyways, let's talk about the German student. So for the German student, we broke down every category into 8 of them, and we had to mark it out of 100 each. So I also look over his facial expressions and whether or not when the woman's talking, whether he's nodding properly during the key words. If he's not nodding properly, he's always giving this narcissistic nod, kind of like he doesn't care. He just doesn't give a fuck what the woman thinks. He's just like, yeah, whatever. He was interrupting the women exactly like this other Vietnamese student that I played without an accent. He was just interrupting the women like the entire interaction. So in the gestures, the body language was marked out of 100. And lastly, whether or not it all seems natural or zombie. If it's like zombie, it gets a lower score. So every single time I mark his score, posture 34, 2 is like 9, 3 is 0, 4 is 5, 5 is 10, 6 is 4, 7 is 6, 8 is 0. You're like, holy shit, you're tough as a coach. Yeah, I'm very tough as a coach when I'm teaching the German student. So when he goes out there in the field, he talks super fast. When he practices, and this is the funny thing about him, which is the most interesting thing. When he speaks German, he is fast, man. He is blazing fast. Blah, 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 blah. But when he was practicing in English, since he was reading a book to a woman picture to get used to the fear and the cortisol, when he finally was speaking English to a woman, he was talking a little bit slower. And I was like, what the fuck? Why are you talking slower when you're speaking English? But when you're speaking German, you're talking super fast. And he said, I don't know. But then I realized something out of that. He was trained in English, but when it's in German, he was back to the zombie habits. So it's all about bad habits. And RSD is the one that's causing it because these students are delusional. Because these students are delusional and they have very bad habits, the more they spam approach, the more they become more delusional, and the more they cannot see their own mistakes, and the more they build the bad habits. RSD victims, they all have bad habits. That's the truth. And the people that is like scam lifestyle or the 1% with a high SMV, they'll eventually get laid with a RSD zombie game. But everybody else, low fucking value, they don't get any results. So they go from one coach to another. And the Asians, they all quit to night game. His students, they all quit day game in 3 weeks. They go to night game. And then afterwards, they go to fucking they just quit. I was like, what the fuck? He literally killed more Asians in Vancouver than Mao Zedong. Seriously. This guy is more dangerous than Chairman Mao Zedong. It's a good thing he's over there in China fucking scamming the fucking Asians, telling them about RSD, ruining their lives. But at least the women and the guys there are all the same ethnicities. That's good. Good thing he's not here in Vancouver. All the dating coaches in Vancouver are all destroyed by Johnny Elite. Every single coach has moved out. You're like, what the fuck? Yeah. How the fuck are you going to have the world's best day game coach in Vancouver, me, and compete against me? So I was very scared about going to Toronto because I don't want to hurt anyone's business. If I situate myself to Toronto right now, I'll take all the business in Toronto. In a few years, I'll completely demolish everything. It'll be like a disruptor. And I don't want to do that. I want people to be able to eat. So that's why I'm not going to move there, and situate there. Because there's many coaches there, and I want them to be able to eat. But that's what happens when you have one coach, me, that has nonstop late testimonials. It's up to 480 late post testimonials now. 480. I'm closing in on the 500 mark. This is all day game. This is not goddamn Tinder. This is not goddamn night game. And scam lifestyle only has 0 for day game. He has around a few for night game, and 1 for Tinder, 1 for his product, and that's it. That's it. His product doesn't even fucking work. Just one. A guy who's probably a white guy who got a girlfriend of it or some shit. It doesn't work for Asians. Are you retarded? This is what happens when you learn zombie game. When I talk about how their game doesn't even work for products and they force you to a boot camp. Asians just love to take it up the ass because they're stupid. The stupid motherfuckers. All right, as I was saying, for the German person, he was like, what was I saying? I realized that in Germany, now he has to retranslate his entire game to German. So when I'm teaching this new European student, for him, he needs to speak his other European language slower. So he'll be speaking English first, and then he'll retranslate it because it's a habit. Now you realize, oh shit, the way he talks so fast, all of them was a habit because of the cortisol in their system. The cortisol. That's the problem, man. The cortisol, when it rushes through your veins, it just makes you talk fast because you're nervous. You're nervous as fuck. So that's the second student. Let's talk about the third one before I end this YouTube live. The third student was a Vietnamese guy, as I said. And for him, he was working, and his coworker, he pulled the coworker home, as I said. So for him, when he was learning Kaizen, he couldn't understand why was he doing all these squats and why was he being punished. You know, was John being mean or something? And then we listened to his infield, and I said, pretend that's not you. And then we used the binaural beats, as we said, to raise his self-esteem, to lower the ego, and he heard all his mistakes. It was the biggest eye-opening moment, and he realized that he was almost living a virtual reality dream where he's a master pickup artist, and the audio, even from the earphones, for example, let's say there's a VR. I don't have a VR goggle here, so I don't actually have one. So that I should have bought at least something I can use for the YouTube live, but I'm not going to. But imagine there's an earphone that. Here's a Bose earphone. So this is the QC35, like fucking $450. So is it worth it? No. But you know, you gotta spend a little bit sometimes. But imagine what happened is that everything that they hear from the women, they believe that they are actually very good at game. They feel like they're confident, they're loud when they're speaking, and then when they're finally speaking, they're super fucking quiet. Especially Marco over here. Let me see if I can find his infield. Okay, Marco over here is quiet as fuck. And you're like, no way, man. Yeah, he's already got 2 girlfriends under my training. And now he's just like, come on, Marco, let's play the audio here. Let's play the fucking audio. Okay, here. Is it working? Ah, it's not fucking working for some unknown fucking reason. Oh, there we go.
Warrior Captain.
So what do you get the ice cream though?
Ew.
No.
To the store.
Yeah.
You'll see a line out the door.
Yeah, because I was coming this way, and then I saw a place where they had food, but I didn't see the ice cream.
And I saw that, and got food, and the ice cream is faster. So it's not very hard to record infields. You just need some kind of earphones or something, right? And just put it over your neck. It's simple. And just connect it to your phone. It's not rocket science. You're like, is that easy? It's not fucking easy. Just get an earphones or something, for example. Where the fuck is my earphone? Where the fuck is my earphone? There's one over here that for my Samsung phone. Maybe it's over here. Hold on a second. Yeah, here's an earphone from my Samsung. AKG, which comes with the phone. So there's a microphone over here. There's a microphone over here. You see that? And then when you put in your ears or something, then it's closer to your mouth. So when I tell the students to get me infield, I can hear them. When the phone's way down here, you cannot hear what they're saying. Hope that makes sense. So it doesn't have to be expensive. You can buy $5 earphones. They'll still record the audio very clearly. As long as it's near your mouth, Chumley, then you can hear the audio. Is that really that simple? It's not. You don't need like professional and high def equipment, like a dating coach. You can just use wherever. Is that funny? Is that fucking simple? And that's how you get the audio. So when they listen to the audio with me, I can hear what they're doing and correct them. They are making all the same mistakes. When you heard Marco talk over here, look how fast he talks. He's like fucking Roadrunner speed.
Part of it's like, what is part of it?
That right there looks like the con.
Look, listen to how quiet he is. He doesn't even know it. In his zombie mind, he probably thinks he's fucking amazing. He's so quiet. The women is super loud, but I can't hear his fucking voice. You're like, holy shit, these zombies are fast talking motherfuckers. John, you're right. Every single zombie talks like that. You're onto something big here. The whole industry. Listen, no fucking dating coaches talk that fast. I can assure you that. But the zombies are like, so yeah. But basically, that's what I want to teach you guys today, is that you guys don't know your own mistakes. And you guys are living in the wrong perception. And other dating coaches will always gaslight you as if they're Anthony Fauci, who caused all the problems. They funded the gain of function. They make the products does not work. And then they funnel you into a boot camp. And that's where the money is being made. So that's the truth. And you can disagree with me all you want. And you can think you're not delusional. But when you hear your audio and it sounds even worse than Marco over here, you're going to start to realize, holy shit, John was right. There's a bunch of zombies everywhere. Zombies apocalypse, the whole industry. So this is what I propose for the whole industry. We drop this zombie technical game bullshit. Scam lifestyles, RSD, Julian's 3-vibe autistic sounding shit. We drop all zombie games, technical game, all this zombie autistic game. We go to a more human game. This, when I'm talking about the speed, is more behavioral game, social skills. That's what they have to build. And for the student, he was like, oh my God, John, I can see why you're such a good coach for this tall, good-looking student. Like I said, it's not the looks. It is about 20 out of 35. Women cannot perceive the face. They see it as a Jason mask. They only see the hairstyle. They see the height. They see the muscles. They see the perceived race. They don't see the actual face. They're not lesbians. They don't like look at, like a fucking Justin Bieber like face or Leonardo DiCaprio when he's younger. They just look, they don't look at that pretty boy shit. It's bullshit. Unless you're a K-pop artist and they're into that because of pre-selection. But other than that, if you're just a white pretty boy, women don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. The whole thing is a lie about looks and all that stuff. It's all a lie. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now you guys know. This whole industry is just telling you half truths. My student results, and you can hear multiple zombies. Fast fucking speed. This is a science. My student results are a science. They only got anecdotal fucking evidence. And they say, because somebody did this, one person did that. I know plenty of people that are tall and good looking that don't. No, I just know one or two. I have two students that are male model looking like this one, including that 18-year-old student before. And for him and for the other guy, they're both autistic. He may not realize he's autistic, but I can tell by the behavioral traits, the monotone. There's definitely some kind of Asperger's in his tonality. Now he's relearning how to speak like the TV show Friends. He didn't know all this. That's just day one of Kaizen. It was a mind fuck. He couldn't believe how much he learned. He learned so much from Kaizen in one day. I was like, oh, that's just day one, right? There's 7 days for social skills flow joy. He's like, holy fuck. If that's just day one, imagine day two. So today he's spending all the time correcting his speed when he talks. So the syllables are not so close together. They're kind of spread apart. I'm just preaching the gospel here. There's only 2 likes. 2 fucking likes. But it's okay. You zombies may not realize they're delusional. And it's like a VR goggles and the earphones that are playing a different audio. But this happens to Marco. This happens to all my other students. It happens to all the former RSD victims. Every single one of them. And the zombie dating coaches are the same thing. They just got better equipment. They can hear their mistakes. They can look at the infield. That's it. And they eventually calibrate. But they're all lying to you. A lot of these tall, good-looking dating coaches who have a high perceived natural status, they look like they're white, black, or Middle Eastern or Latino, whatever the fuck. All of them claims in the first 2 years, not all of them. Some people are already like good with women before they were zombified. But a lot of dating coaches who are tall and good looking, they always tell you, oh, the first 2 years, I didn't get the lay, and the first, woe is me. They're all lying. They got a few lays from different coaches too. They learn from. They learn different styles. They got the lay, but they will never mention it because it doesn't go with the origin story. Even Scam Lifestyles already got like a few lays. So I'm out practicing. Let's see how it goes. Hey, zombie, you're talking too fucking fast. Did you hear your audio? It is the fastest fucking shit I've ever heard in my life. So you need to fix that, zombie. It's too fast.
It's become. I'm gonna have to try. Yeah.
You're too quiet, zombie. I can't even hear you compared to women. There's a lot we need to discuss because you still need to go through your Skype. I'm still giving you tips here and there. Or they give high price program. Well, whatever. The thing is that a lot of these dating coaches, they're just fucking. It's all about the money for them. It's all about the money. They'll say whatever it takes to get as much money as possible out of you. Why is John not like? Of course, I won't lie. Every single one of us loves money, including me. But it's not my top priority. My top priority is to give the next generation of Asians a fucking fighting chance. All these technologies, Kaizen, Elite 30, tech scheme for minorities, you know? And you see my students, they're all good-looking white people. They're Latinos. They're black students. I got another good-looking Spanish student who's a zombie too. I told him about it. And he says another one of your students he knew was in their boot camp who pulled 4 times. And you guys same day lay in front of him. Yeah. So he knows about it. And there's like Indian students. And there's a person who claims they're Indian who keeps bothering me for free training. I don't even think he's Indian. I think he's just gaslighting me or something. It's just fucking sadistic fuck. Probably because the last video I exposed that dating coaches products don't work. And except my products, they work. This is like the only one during COVID-19. Their products don't work for Daygame. And what happens is that when you do take it, you go to their boot camps. I'm sure somebody does not like the fact that I've revealed the biggest secret of this industry. I know a lot of shit about this industry. I know everything about this industry. I work in this industry. Why tell the zombies this? Because I don't like the fact that they're gaming you zombies. They're smiling at you. You can't perceive it through your VR goggles. You can't hear it. And you think because John is not like the facial expressions, because it doesn't look like high vibrational energy, because I'm not smiling like JT, you know, or ABCs of low self-esteem. I'm not like acting professional, like scam lifestyle, extracting money from you, because I'm not doing all that shit. And I'm just telling you guys the truth. And I'm not smiling, like trying to like be a car salesman. That is not high vibrational energy. But you don't realize through your perception, your VR, and what you're hearing, because I don't sound so positive, that John is the most positive. John is trying to tell you guys something that's super fucking important. I'm trying to tell you guys the truth. I'm the real gospel. And people see it. The students, they see it. The ones who hate me say, oh, you don't have high vibrational or vaginal energy. Those people are complete psychos. Psycho, crazy. They should be in jail. These are the most dangerous motherfuckers, are always into high vibrational energy. The most high vibrational energy. Why do you keep removing your fucking post? Bible MJ? Why? Why do you keep removing your post? Well, anyways, I digress. But yes, I did make a video today, and maybe the next one, what should be next? Do you guys want to see a video testimonial? Do you want to see a bootcamp documentary? What's on the menu? Do you want another YouTube live? Do you want a video I cut up? I don't have time, so I'm making YouTube lives. But what do you guys want to see next? You guys get to vote. Bootcamp documentary or more like fucking testimonials. I can post a new video testimonial every single week. For the rest of the year, I will not run out. Hell, I can post 2 a week. I will not run out. So what do you want to see? What do you want to see? Stop talking like that, John. So what do you want to see? But yeah, now you know. When they tell you, oh, because he's a pretty boy and whatever. No, it doesn't matter. Like I said, it's not about the looks, although it does help. The thing is, when does looks matter? So I haven't made a video clarifying that last video about all the different scores. When looks matter is when you're getting women that's below your look scale. If you're like a 10 out of 10 in looks or 9 out of 10, and you're getting a 7.9, and she's still hot, but that doesn't count. That's just SMVing it. That's when looks happen. That's what Scam Lifestyle gets. He gets women so far below his look scale during Daygame. most of the women that are decent are all from night game because they don't have social skills during night game, and that's a loophole. So therefore, but in day game, all of the women he gets are all butter faces. They're all like 4 or 5 out of 10, and he just censors their face. And if she's good looking, then he uncensors the face because that's the only way he can market them. Like the women I've banged are really fucking hot, and I didn't censor much before, and now I have to censor a little bit more. And they're way taller than me, way younger than me, and way like more attractive than me. So for him, he's just getting below his look scale. If Scam Lifestyle is like 9 out of 10, he's so good looking that for this new movie, the superhero movie called Shanra, whatever the fuck it's called, a Chinese guy, China was complaining that this guy was not good looking enough. Why don't you just put Scam Lifestyle as the actor, huh? From China. That will make it a lot easier. Then people don't complain because he's good looking, getting a woman that's 5 out of 10 or 6. If he's a 9, he's getting like a 4. He is going like lower. His game is so bad that if you were like 4 out of 10 looks or 5, because looks don't matter, you're going to be getting a 2 or a 1. This is not a joke. You guys know that's true. Give it a thumbs up if you guys understand what I'm saying. I'm just telling you guys the fucking truth. It's like they are the, they are the half-truth pill. They are the CNN. They're telling you stuff that's bullshit, but they never focus on the half-truth pill. I'm like Fox News. I focus exactly on what CNN will not talk about. The half-truth pill changes, like Anthony Fauci. If it gets debunked, for example, for looks, now it's like, oh, looks don't matter. It's about emotions and how you make her feel. It's like Anthony Fauci saying, no, it's not gain of function. The definition of the half-truth pill changes. But I'm getting off topic here. So we'll see what happens with this student. The faster I get him calibrated, when he's calibrated, he's going to get so many fucking lays. When he can reduce the autistic traits, he'll completely demolish these motherfuckers. He's going to knee Paul Jenka right in the fucking ribs, metaphorically speaking. But before his calibration, his looks don't matter. But when it's calibrated, he better be getting women equal or above his look scale. I don't want him getting below because he's a good-looking guy. So, late count guy said he has the most optimized day game. Are you fucking kidding me? He has 2 fucking late testimonial. How is it the most optimized? Mystery method is not optimized. When you look at JT Tran or ABCs of Delusions, they only got 1 day game late testimonial for COVID-19. And you look at self-proclaimed high late count guy, he has 2 fucking, late testimonials for day game for his product finally. 2. Misery method only has 2 or 1 late testimonial. ABCs only have like 5 at most, 4 or 5 total. Who has the most day game late testimonials? Me. So if I have 480 late poll testimonial right now, 480 divided by his 2, which is 240. So that means my game is 240 times more optimized for day game. It's kind of like here is a 3-star Michelin chef, the Rubuchon. There's a French chef called Rubuchon who basically has like over like 60 or 70 Michelin stars out of multiple restaurants. Just like I have 480 late poll testimonials. I'm teaching a 3-star restaurant stuff. They're teaching like a 0-star restaurant, like a fucking McDonald's. They're fucking clueless because mystery method does not work for day game. Mystery method is a night game system being foisted as day game. It's the same with the Julian Blanc 3 vibe shit when it's foisted on Asians from an RSD system. You cannot take night game systems and foist it on day game because day game requires more social skills. If they only have 2 late testimonials. So what were you saying? Yeah, I don't know how he can say without any testimony. I don't know either. And when he talks about, oh yeah, the Asians, I got plenty of short Asian students. I got plenty of ethnics that are short, so height doesn't matter. And guess what happens? He references an Asian guy who is like 5'4" or something, wearing 4-inch fucking platform shoes, as he calls it, or heel or elevator shoes. And the guy doesn't even fucking do anything. He posed the women to a nothing happened, but he posed the women to a fucking hotel or something, or apartment. And the other Asian student tags along like a little puppy dog, like a fucking little chihuahua. He doesn't do shit. Of course, he's not going to close the women. He's just tagging along. But that's the example of a short student who didn't get laid, who just fucking fucked it up. So that's just a poll. What the fuck? Why would they use a short student as the counter example and they say, oh, I know plenty of tall guys who are like 6'3" or 6'4", just like my student here that didn't get laid. But this guy is the exception. He is not the rule. He's an exception because of mental illnesses or whatever, but I'll fix it. I'll teach him how to hide the zombiness, and I'll teach him how to be more human. And when he can hide that around women, they cannot perceive it. He'll be like my London student who got 10 fuck buddies, 5-some during Daygame instead of goddamn Tinder. And the funny thing is that and 2 model girlfriends who look way more attractive than the girlfriends of the self-proclaimed how they count guy. When you look at my student's blonde girlfriend for a London student, and he banged the sister who's also a professional model. That's how they make a living. He banged both of them, but then he stayed with one of the models. They're much better looking. They're like 9 point something each. The other ones are just dark skinned and kind of like, like ratchet looking. I mean, they're still very attractive. Don't get me wrong, but it's not the same level as my London student. And this is an objective fact. Like his girlfriend still look better than like a lot of dating coaches out there, and that's good. But however, from Tinder, whatever the fuck, seeking arrangements, lead gen. But when you look at it, compared to what the London student got, and he's not the only one that got models. My tall, unattractive, bald, Middle Eastern student banged 2 models too himself. Even he had the model girlfriend. So don't you see? Johnny Elite, Daygame system is the best. It breaks every fucking metric out there. And even unattractive students who are bald and stuff are banging women way above their look scale. No other dating coach can claim that their students bang so many fucking models over and over. Even a 5'7" Middle Eastern guy working on the social calibrations because he has social skills. He almost banged the model, and I told him not to do it, even though he wanted to, because I told him that her boyfriend that's in jail will come after him, and he did. He beat the shit out of the gang. He fucked up somebody's eye, blind in one eye, and they stabbed him 3 times in the chest, and he fled to Turkey. John Elite students break every metric. I can literally, how many lay testimonials do I need to post before I can make my fucking point? You want more? How about this? I post, what do you guys want? You guys want a bootcamp documentary next, or do you want a video testimonial? What race? You want an Asian testimonial, or you want another white student, or do you want a Middle Eastern student? What do you want to see? Tell me in the chat. I want to get an idea. Or do you want me to post former ABCs of low self-esteem students who pull many times on my bootcamp? What do you want to see? There's nothing I don't have. You may see just 60 video testimonials on my playlist. Let's make it 100. I can make it 100 this week if you want. That's how many I have, including the screenshots. How many do I need to do to make my point? And a lot of these students get multiple lays. That's why this, like, the number is like 400 and something. A lot of students get multiple lays over and over. It's not just one off. That's all I gotta say, guys. Look at the fucking evidence in the proof. My students is the science. Fuck what they're saying. Because no matter what these guys are saying, it's all the half-truth pill. These Anthony Fauci's, the ones who start the gain of function research, they tell you, oh, I got the solution for Daygame is up. Every Daygame advice they give is fucking insane. Mystery. 3-second rule. Automatically approach her. I can do it and close in the very first approach right in front of the fucking students, which is documented, using the sniper game. But you think a fucking student can do that? No. Then he'll say, oh, I don't want to spend all day fucking, just not going for that set. I have to go for all of them. Whenever she's above a threshold or something, like a 7, then you automatically go. But this guy is like trying to find a fucking gold underneath a rock. You can still do this shotgun or revolver game, choosing the right women that have nothing to do, who are still attractive above 7 within 1 hour. 1 hour, you can find a 6, so you don't waste fucking time. But it's like, oh, it's gonna take 6 hours. It's not optimized, and fuck Insta dates. Well, Insta dates help, and he talks about stupid shit like, oh yeah, you got to set the logistics there and deal with the objections first. Well, let me ask you something. My Pakistani mentor does not set the date there. He actually deals, he texts her back and forth over and over for a long time. He's doing the opposite. Daygame is different than Tinder. Daygame is different because you're all gaslighted by the half-truth pill. He's able to get the women to ask him out, and she's chasing him, and he's sexualizing it. He's telling her not to wear panties when she comes on over. He's willing to push her off because he's more alpha and he's higher value. He has a 95% conversion rate, not 10% from text game. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. And I'm posting, screenshots of me of the students who are 5'3" getting the women out. They're getting the women out through my text game on a date on the very first time. I mean, Marco, he tried to get one woman out, but she was like, has a boyfriend, and she would not, because Marco's value was not higher than the boyfriend's. But other than that, everyone else, the black students, the short students, the women comes out on the very first text exchange because I tell them to copy my text and just write her this, and she'll come out, and they do. And yes, I do deal with the objections during that part. But if you're dealing with objections earlier, I want to say, what the fuck? 10% comes out. So why would you waste your fucking time setting up a date? I get it. It moves things forward, and I totally understand that. But that's a logistical objection. You don't get the real objection out. You don't. That's only 10% coming out. That's worse than Paul Jenka. They're 11%. Just mass texting. Lazy fucking white dating coaches who just SMVing it on Tinder, where 95% of their fucking students who gets laid are on Tinder are white people. White is right. Don't you get it? Don't you guys get it? You're all gaslighted. Anyone could claim that they have the best day game system until Johnny Elite urinates on their fucking, hair plugs. Like, there's nobody who can beat Johnny Elite student results in this fucking universe. Not even close. Nobody. Like, it doesn't even come close. 2 fucking lay testimonial. The best. The most optimal. No, they try and... This is what happens when you got night game trying to fit their goddamn night game shit into day game. Because day game is like I got a funnel, so they all go into the funnel, right? And then the fucking funnel, and then they go to the funnel. In day game, right? It's like an afterthought. Same with ABCs of attraction. It's a night game system. Mystery or misery method is a night game system. It's not for day game. So they try to put everything into the, the box. You think inside the box. And this is what they call reasoning by analogy. Elon Musk says, if we reason by analogy, because RSD said this, because mystery said that. I came here before mystery. I'm OG 2001, motherfuckers. I was Mystery's predecessor. Mystery was 2003. So why not listen to Johnny Elite, the original zombie game guy? Before me was Naturals, with human game. And the fucking zombies took over in 2001. Luckily, I went to university at 2001 at that exact year and started day gaming. Because I thought this lay guide was supposed to be a day game guide, but it's a night game guide. What the fuck? I was using a night game guide for day game, and I got demolished. I was the king of the zombies. I don't want to be. Don't you get it? Johnny Elite was here before Mystery. So Johnny Elite says, I don't give a fuck what Mystery says. That fucking aspy fuck. Social skills is too hard for day game. Let me ask you guys a question you cannot answer. Where the fuck is Mystery's infield? Huh? You can't answer it. There is no infield for day game, for Mystery. All right? Where's JT Tran's infield too, from the mystery method derivative for day game? There is none. He only has a kiss close infield. Where is it? There's no fucking proof. Do they show, even with the self-proclaimed highlight, do they show from beginning to end, or they say, oh, lawyers, you can't do that? I totally understand that excuse. But at least show us something that you could show. You don't have to play the audio. You can censor it very well. I've shown it over and over. What about them? They don't have it. Because the misery method is bullshit. And nobody wants to hear the truth. I'm just preaching the truth. It's not a day game system. Johnny Elite said so. You guys know it. But intellectually, this is what happens when you start sucking Anthony Fauci's dick. They can give you half-truths. Because Anthony Fauci funded the fucking Wuhan lab, gain of function research that causes coronaviruses to be transmissible to humans. And Rand Paul called it out. But you guys given your authority up like zombies, and you cannot perceive. This is why the VR concept, you guys have no perception. That's a problem. Anyways, I gotta go eat dinner. I got a steak for today. So I bought a bunch of steaks. And I'm gonna cook it with my new frying pan, which is a silverware or cast iron. Not cast iron. I'm tired of that shit. It's like the one the French chefs use. It is the stainless steel stuff. Yes, I'm gonna do that. So I have dinner now and enjoy my steak and get a little bit fat. So, having said that, that's all I want to teach you today. Your fucking zombiness is the reason why you worship dating coaches, because you can't perceive when you're manipulating you with half truths. Because as soon as they say this is my lay count, it's not just the self-proclaimed high lay count guy. Now it's the self-proclaimed high lay count guys, multiple. How even RSD Tyler says he has 900 lay counts. Everyone now has different lay counts that they just say without any proof. They just say it and you believe it because it seems plausible. Well, not to Tyler, but because it seems plausible, you automatically believe it because you're zombies. And once you've given up the authority, they can basically get you to take their courses, which does not fucking work. Well, at least self-proclaimed high lay count guy, of course, got 2 Daygame lay testimonials, but then he's the only one besides me. But besides that, the screen was completely blacked out. You see that? You couldn't see anything in his testimonials. It was all covered. That's suspicious. I'm not saying that they're not real, but I'm just saying, why is the screen all blacked out? Who are the testimonials? Are they tall, good-looking white guys? Who are the fucking testimonials? I don't know. It's just kind of suspicious. That's all. I'm not saying that it's not real. I'm just saying that's suspicious. My students, you can see their fucking face, at least censored. You can see their race. You can see their hair. You can see the women they banged. I just censor that and post it here. You can see the WhatsApp conversation back and forth. You can see the infield analysis. I even recorded the Skypes now, so you guys can hear me training the students. Maybe I'll post the next one, is a Filipino student. You can hear me training him in his infield analysis, where he was so fucking autistic. He didn't even know how to escalate in the bedroom because he didn't think the woman was into him. And she was. She was just waiting to be fucked. And then he fucked the next one. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Everyone can claim with this and that. Stop giving your authority away like sheep. Start thinking for yourself. The next time a day game coach says or a dating coach says lay count this and lay count that, do not let just the words shut off your brain because it seems plausible. And then you become delusional. You accept their courses and then you be put into boot camp. You accept their Anthony Fauci fucking gaslighting. You accept all the half-truth pills. I already debunked that, being bald does not matter if JT trans student who's bald also married a white woman. And he's a short guy and not good look. It's the same fucking pattern. It's all a lie. My bald students bang women like 4 to 6 points above the look scale. Oh man, fucking 2 out of 10 in looks. Bangs an 8 out of 10. His last girlfriend was around like a 7 and she's younger. Like, what the fuck, man? 2, 7, 2, 8. Why? Doesn't make any sense. 5'7" guy almost bangs a model. I told him not to. He got stabbed in the chest 3 times, but he could have. You look at the tall Middle Eastern guy, not good looking. Model girlfriend, bang another blonde model. You look at the London student, not that good looking, maybe like 6.8 or 6.9 out of 10 in looks compared to this student. Fucking gets a model is like a 9.4 or 9.5 compared to the other dating coaches. What the fuck? It's all height. Jason mask, 20 out of 35. Fashion, height, muscles. It's all that. You guys are so stupid. You gaslighted. Do you recommend moving out to a small town in a bigger city? More. We'll talk about that in the inner circle. Next class is logistics. Oh yeah, you didn't join the inner circle. You should, because you already got like 2 girlfriends under my training, Marco. But regardless, you should definitely move out to improve your logistics. You want to be at least 10 to 15 minutes away from the location. But I'm not going to tell you where you live, but I know you logistically, Marco. Your logistics are shit. I have many students that live in the same place as you. You don't have to tell people. Don't tell them. But where you live, you have to drive around for logistics. I get it. But you want to be as close as possible to the mall and these other locations within walking distance, not 15-minute driving distance. I know your logistics are shit. But however, you still pulled 2 women after the fashion tweak and telling you to slow the. Do you understand, zombie? Why I told you to slow the fuck down now? Do you understand, Marco? You're like at the beginning. You're like, why did John tell me to slow down? Am I slow enough? And you try to go as slow as you can, and you thought you're very loud, just like a lot of my other students. You thought you're very loud in your own fucking zombie head voice. Delusional. And then when you speak, you're like, yeah, I'm so fucking quiet. I'm Marco. Look at me. I'm quiet. I'm Marco. I'm a quiet guy. Yeah. But Latinos have some SMV, so, you know. But with the fashion and everything and just like better logistics, which you took out motel or hotel for that day for Daygame, guess what? You pulled. You could have closed if you just did exactly everything I told you to do. But you tried your best. So logistically move and find somewhere you're close to the Daygame location. You'll skyrocket your results. Logistics are important. But John has gotten laid from a woman all the way from downtown to fucking 5 cities and still banging out at her house. Yeah, but that's different. I bought a box of condoms in front of her to sexualize it. It's not seeding the goddamn pole. It's seeding the sexuality and getting the real objections out. That's what they don't understand. These tall white ogres are like, oh, you just see the pole. They automatically assume the sexuality. Like, all their concepts are shit. You see a woman out there, 3-second rule. Yeah, great. 10% of the women comes out. Fucking like over 100 fucking approaches. And, you know, it's so much work. And when you try to teach that to somebody else, it doesn't fucking work because it requires social skills, not socio skills or zombie game. Tall zombie games. You got these tall zombies now. You got all sorts of zombies out there. These dating coaches, they're like the super zombies. The super zombies, they're all different. But yeah, it's just like, what the fuck? Maybe one day, ABCs of narcissism will get more Daygame lay testimonials instead of dealing with night game. And maybe the other guy will get more Daygame lay testimonials too. But that will never happen because the misery method is bullshit. Maybe the next video I want to talk about is the mystery method and why it's bullshit. I think that would be good. I got to get going, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed today's YouTube live. And I did promise as soon as there's 250 views or 300, John Lee will at least make an effort to be here. And I kept my promise twice now. So it's not because I was lazy last time. It's because I just wanted more people to view the thing. You know how many fucking watch time hours is my video? I post it on my blog if you want to see. One video has 135 hours for the different type of flirts. Some videos have over 100 hours. And you're like, what the fuck? People watch, in some videos, like the last one, has over 55 hours or 60 hours. So we can look at the time. Let me look at the last video because people don't believe it. They don't believe it that people actually listen to Johnny Elite. You just can't perceive it. And this is got big mind fuck. You're like, I can't even stand listening to Johnny Elite. He's yelling all the fucking time. But people are fucking listening because you're preaching the fucking gospel and you're telling them the truth and they're getting it. So let's see how many hours was the last one. Okay, for the last video, will you believe this? Look at it. Right here. 57 fucking hours. You're like, no fucking way. That's the same video of me talking about you know, if you had to get laid during the summer. You're like, what the flying fuck, man? There's no way it's like a fort. I'm just telling you, man. I'm just telling you. A lot of these videos, let me pick another one. So the flirting video, I know it had a lot of hours, but people do listen. Okay, so this is the video about flirting. I'll show you on the screen here. Look at the corner. That's the flirting video. And now let's move this a little bit over here. And it has how many hours for this flirting video. It's right over here. Let's see how many hours is it. You're like, holy fuck. So people actually listen to Johnny Elite. Everyone listens to Johnny Elite. 138.5 hours. That's just the beginning. There's other videos even more. So it varies. So you guys are here. I'm very thankful for it. I want to say thank you guys for listening to the truth. So If you guys don't think it's high vibrational energy, the problem is that you consume RSD Tyler's video for longer than me. You consume his video and get gaslighted. Stop giving authority away to dating coaches. Think for yourself. If their products don't work, then why fucking buy their products? Are you insane? If you know that the product only got 2 Daygame lay testimonials, then don't expect to get any fucking lays during Daygame. Even for their 8-week mentorship, whatever bullshit. Their module for Daygame does not work. All their Daygame advice is bullshit. And I know it. As a fucking highest Michelin chef in the world, the most Michelin stars, when I listen to their tactics and they're like, it has to be like this. This is why you want to do this. It's all bullshit. All the advice is the fastest way to crash and burn and completely fail in Daygame. And I'm speaking as the world's best Daygame coach, the best in the whole fucking world. Their tactics, I would say, is insane. It's just what they call idealistic thinking. It's called, they don't know any better. Stop being gaslight. The reason why, if I'm not on here that often calling this shit out, they're going to gaslight you. They can say whatever they want. But in reality, where are their fucking stealing results? Zombies everywhere. Stop worshiping. You fucking zombies, stop worshiping dating coaches. Look at the fucking student results and you'll be just like their students. Look at what race the students are. Are they all white for Tinder? Then you'll be, if you're white, you'll get results. If you're not, they have all whites, 2 blacks, 1 Indian, who was a dating coach, I believe. And, you know, in 1 token Asian, not from Daygame or whatever, it's just from Tinder, who was like working with RSD shit. And that's all he got. So you will be exactly like their students. So if you're a white person who is into Tinder and stuff, yeah, maybe that could work for you. But if you're a minority and you just, I'm just saying, look at the lay testimonials. That's all I say. Anyways, I'm going to stop this video. I have made my opinion. I don't give a fuck what they think. I'm Johnny Elite. And I really am not impressed by what I see. The misery method needs to be taken down a notch. I was here first. Not mystery. Me. I was here. Fuck mystery. He's not the OG or the beginning. I am the beginning. 2001, bitches. I mean, I even got the gray hairs to prove it. I'm not 24 years old. That's all I say.